All right, everybody, welcome back to another edition of Bourbon Banter Evans. Justin, what are we doing today?
Man, I believe we got a comment.
Yes, we did.
You told me we got the comment.
Yep.
I looked at the comment. Top 5 bourbons under $100. That was the request.
Yes.
Did we do a little bit of a twist on it?
We did. We did. Available in our market.
Top 5 that we decided it took a long time to figure out exactly because there's so many to choose from.
Oh, and there's so many good ones.
And there's a lot that are teeter-tottering right at that $100 mark.
Yeah.
So we went with these fine bourbons that you see right in front of us from our market. Obviously, everybody's market is different. Not saying that there aren't other ones that we could have gotten.
No.
And if you stay to the very end of the video, we get 3 solid honorable mentions.
Yeah.
And you might look at this and be like, I've never even seen that or heard of that or so on and so forth. So we're going to do a small recognition of each one while we do this. And first off, cheers. What is in your glass?
Yep. Hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up.
So we are drinking right now an honorable mention.
Yes, we are.
And we will bring that out at the very end of the video. So not to further this any longer, we will talk about some of these and why.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the closest one that we're drinking in our glass right now is the furthest one on the table.
Correct.
So what we are drinking is a BT1 and Taylor is BT1 as well. This is the L24 Taylor small batch.
And it's good. It is one of the better ones. If you watch our laser code video, you'll know which one, the L21s.
Yeah, L21s. This is the best tailored L24 in the laser code worlds. If you keep up with the batches for the years, this is the best one that we've had since 2021. And yes, in a lot of markets, it goes over $100. In our market, it ranges anywhere from $59 to probably $99 to probably $159.
Yeah.
But it is still attainable, it's still available, and is still a great, we're never gonna not like.
Yeah. It's one of the ones, honestly, it was first one we both picked.
Yeah.
To be on the list.
Yes, it was. I think I've been a Taylor fan since 2012. I believe some of them debuted in 2011, but 2012 was when I really liked it. I've never stopped liking it,
No.
and it's always consistent. And here's my thought process. Yes, there's a lot of bourbon out there that's not necessarily worth $100, but we spent the money on it anyway.
Exactly.
And so why is this one always between $40 and now $60 not worth $100?
Right.
And it's hard for me to contemplate that.
Yeah.
So if I see it, if I've had these other ones and took a chance on some of these craft ones or other, sourced ones and things of that nature, why would this one not be worth it under $100? Right. So if you were to come across this bottle, you guys too, let us know in the comments, Charles.
Yeah.
If you came across this bottle, you haven't had it in quite some time, and you got this sitting on the shelf, and another really good one I'm going to bring up that we do like that didn't make the top 5, Calumet 10 for $89. That still puts you in a thought process.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And I mean, right now it's in our market, but like you said, it can range. And sometimes you kind of have to sit there and go, well, I don't have one, really want one. I'm going to have to go up into the upper echelon range.
Yeah, but knowing that it's always consistently good.
Yes.
Kind of dictates that, okay, I'll spend $100 or less. So for this video, it is top 5 in our market that we came up with under $100.
Yeah.
Now let's go all the way across the table to my side. One that I really like, and I've always liked since it came out, and this is an original label. So this is one of the older ones.
Yes.
And we've done a little damage, and it was also, and by damage we mean
we've drank it. We've had a little
consumption.
Had a few pours.
Also very good.
That's
so
amazing.
let's talk a little bit about the Old Fine Whiskey, Old Forester 1910 in the Whiskey Row series.
Oh God, man. It's if you haven't had it, it's one you need to go try. If you can't find it, if you can find it at one of the bourbon bars, get you a pour of that.
If we were getting into the history of it, as why 1910 exists and so on and so forth, I could. And it's a very easy one to get into, but we are here for the top 5, not to make this too terribly short or long, but we aren't ranking these in order. This isn't a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and 5. These are specifically top 5, which is very hard to come across what would number 1 be.
Right.
We did decide what number 1 would be.
Yes. Yep. 1792 12 year. That's to me, it's hands down number 1.
Yeah. If we were to do number 1, that'd be number 1. But never have I been mad, even with the new label stuff, which is a different batch. But what was really cool in knowing this, when they started creating this product, when they were creating that super alligator char for that second barrel to recreate that 1910 fire, which I said we weren't going to get into the history, some of the barrels didn't hold pressure and water because they had charred them so far. So that was cool when they were trying to recreate that exact thing fire that happened in 1910. And so It's very dynamic. I really like it. I was a huge 1870 fan in the Whiskey Row series.
Well, and even when we did the whole Whiskey Row series not too long ago, it still was. We all agreed it was one of the best. It was the better one.
It's pretty much taken over my, I think I go back and forth with that in 1870,
Yep.
but I really do think that the 1910 is very drinkable.
Right.
Got great finish, palate, and nose.
The finish on it is amazing.
Yeah, and it just keeps wanting. It's like you just want more.
Yeah.
It keeps wanting you to come back. So therefore, it's always available for the most part in our market. I don't
is.
think I've ever not seen it when I needed it.
Yeah, I've always been able to see
Yeah.
that. Whiskey
And-
Row series is pretty available. Period. In our
Yeah,
market.
it is. Yeah, with the exception of 1924.
1924,
Yeah,
right.
which we've done video on that, but 1910 is under $100.
Yeah.
1924 is not.
Right.
So.
And
therefore,
honestly, I take the 1910 over the 24, but the 24 is good.
the only reason I take 1910 over 1924 is price point.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so again, thank you guys for tuning in. Cheers.
Yep.
What's in your glass? Let's try some of this L25.
Oh yeah. Then the one I think everybody's going to be a little curious about is this one right here.
Oh, that's like the, what do they call that? Like the black sheep of the bourbon family?
Yeah,
maybe.
it is.
So
Not
Black
very well known.
Saddle.
Not very well known.
If you guys aren't familiar with Black Saddle 12-year Kentucky straight bourbon, you should be. This is a sourced Kentucky straight bourbon with a specific custom match. This is based off of information that was done a long time ago that was sent specifically to me where I was located when they flew across country from California to Georgia to meet up. This is bottled by Frank Lynn in Fairfield, California. He's a known sorcerer.
Well,
Uncut,
unfiltered.
unfiltered sorcerer.
Yeah.
A known sorcerer
It is.
of whiskeys in Kentucky. He's got a couple other brands. And this is one of the ones that you just don't know if you should try it or not. This goes back many years where we were up in Kentucky and we took a chance on it.
Yeah.
Brought it back and
Oh,
we were
God.
like, joke's on us. This stuff is fantastic. So we ended up selling a ton of it, having a great time with it, bringing it down to a really low price point. Now it's crept back up. They had rumors at one point that they were going to take the age statement off of it. I'm glad they didn't.
I'm glad they didn't.
I'm glad they made it less available, brought the price up, and kept the 12 years on there. So for a 12-year, a lot of people don't know much about Black Saddle, but it's one of those that easily walk past.
Yes. And I'll tell you what, you don't need to walk past it. Don't sleep on this because it is good.
And it is one of those never going to let you down.
Nope.
Easy to crush a bunch of it if you need to. It's 90 proof. It's not going to blow your, palate out if you want a
Right.
easy drinking one. But at the same time, it doesn't ever not have flavor, complexity, really good finish, and the nose is always good.
Yeah, it is. And guess what? I can't wait to get a little pour of it right now.
Hey, that's what I got this second glass for.
Yes,
I say we do
indeed.
that right now.
Yep.
So that's 3 of our top 5, and you have seen the other ones on the table. And how can we not?
We have to mention what we have in the background too, right? Right here?
I don't see why not.
I think so. I think we got our control.
I'm going to put the Control in the top 5 bourbons, but without a dollar amount.
Right.
Never discussed the dollar amount, never discussed anything.
Never discussed the bourbon.
We're going to put this under our first, don't forget our Control, which we're running low on, honorable mention.
Yes.
Halfway through the video. How
I
about
agree.
that?
I agree.
This stuff will stack up against anything on this table.
It will.
And it does very well against stuff that's a whole lot more expensive. So how can we not put that as our first honorable mention?
Yeah, and I mean that's why we have it as a control.
Yeah. And so in case you guys are wondering what a Control is, it's what keeps us level-headed in the bourbon world. And we may not have described this in a long time.
It's
It
been
is
a
a
while.
great thing to represent that we decided that this is a great representation of what bourbon should be,
Yes.
could be, and always will be if it stays like this.
Right.
So if you can always keep that in your bank and then compare other things to that, then you can go above, beyond, left, right, so on and so forth.
I can't say it any better, to be honest with you. So
I mean, so control it up.
yeah.
First honorable mention.
Now, where do we go from here? We already said what we thought number 1 was.
Right, so you pick it then.
I think we go to the Bowman.
How can you not
John J. Bowman.
not put John J. Bowman? And yeah, we're not saying everything is readily available. There's people in the background, Bitter Daniel, that didn't like some of the bottles that we chose.
Right.
These aren't necessarily readily available, but they were still $100 or less and in market.
Bought in market too. All of these you can buy in market.
Oh my gosh, the tasting, I can't wait for the tasting.
Oh, I know.
Just the nose alone is intoxicating.
And if on this nose, it's a lot. You get a lot of that tannin. You get a lot of that.
It's danky.
Yep.
Golly, it's good.
Yep.
And this is the Black Saddle 12 that we're about to try while talking about our top 5. And again, we're not putting this in order, but Black Saddle will stack up very well.
Black Saddle will stack up with most of these very well.
Not paid for advertising.
But I'll tell you what, and honestly, if you've had any of these and if you agree with us or if you don't agree with us, put it in the comments. We do read the comments, obviously, from this video, and this is what we're looking for. It gives us ideas. The more ideas we got, the more videos we have for you.
Yeah, exactly. And if you've never had it, tell us which one and why. And if you can't find it, tell us where you are, and we might be able to help out.
Right.
Because we do a good bit of market shopping. So say you can't find a specific bottle, hey, you go check out this location in this area.
Right.
And then maybe you can find one and try it. So that's what this is all about, is joining in, having some good pours, conversating about it, and as we say, banter.
Banter about it. And honestly, if there's anything else you'd like for us to go more in depth with, that'd be a great comment to put in there also. Because I know there's a few of these we haven't gone really in depth with.
So good.
Yeah.
So good. It's crushable. It's got the danky tannin, the oak. It's got the flavor. It's got it doesn't dry you out with that, but it's got a great approach.
And it's not like a one-hit wonder. It's got some complexity to it. That's what I like.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a 12-year.
So yeah, for the age stated,
I know.
Age stated, crazy, yeah, it's gotta have it aged. There you go.
It's a 12-year.
It's a 12-year.
Yeah, how many of those do you see out there in the wild?
Yeah, not to mention, let's go ahead and give the price point. That's around $60.
Yeah.
So under 100, top 5.
Right? Definitely.
All right, Charles, so bring back the John J. Bowman. What do you like about it and why?
What do I like about it? I like it because in our market, it's pretty readily available and everything.
At the time, definitely.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, it's just, it's crushable too.
It is. So we've talked about A. Smith Bowman.
Yes.
We've talked about Taylor. We've talked about regular John J. Bowman. We mentioned it a couple times before. Tell me that this doesn't compete hands down every day with Taylor products.
It does.
Easily.
It does.
Easily.
And with this one being the single barrel,
Yes.
I mean, it competes with the single barrel products very well.
Very well. Matter of fact, I think we've done it on a couple, not blinds, but just side-by-sides. And a lot of times John J. wins.
Yes. And right there, just like we've said with the saddle, it's crushable. I mean, it's got great flavor to it. It's got great depth.
And it's 100 proof versus the 90 proof from the Black Saddle. And it is just a little bit sweeter for sure.
Yeah.
But man, is it approachable and easy to drink.
And
it's very good. It's such a good flavor. Just like Taylor.
Yeah.
It's just like Taylor, but I think it edges Taylor out. A lot of times, especially here recently.
Right.
And so nothing dogging Taylor at all.
No, heck
Ever.
no, never.
I'm never going to do that. But right now, I think there's some special things coming out of Virginia from the Bowman distillery.
And honestly, watch our other video about A. Smith Bowman.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I'm also going to say, obviously the John J., which is the single barrel, is older than the Bowman Brothers, which is a small batch. I'm still not quite a big fan of the Bowman Brothers small batch yet, but the single barrel version is, I think they're stellar.
They're on to something right here. They know what they're looking for in these, and I think they're on to something.
And if you've been in it long enough to know what John J. Bowman was back before they changed the label on it and made it green, tell me what you guys think, old label versus new label. Because there's a lot of people that got confused when they wrapped it around with some green and then they put, spelled it a little bit this way and so on and so forth. Do you guys, or do you, uncut, unfiltered, do you guys prefer the old label, which is very plain, versus the green that stands out, which is mostly what you see on a rye, is green. So I think it's a bold move for putting green on a bourbon.
I think it looks good. I think it stands out.
I like it. I mean, just the back panel looks good.
Yeah.
I like where you can see the guy in the background. It's got John J. still there, and then it's got the green single barrel.
Single barrel.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing that really stands out is that green single barrel. Boom, like that.
Now, in case anybody's wondering, this is an L24. So I specifically looked for that one. Was able to find it. They did have plenty of L25s as well.
Okay.
Unless I got this backwards, and this is an L25. And yes, so again, 24, 25. I did have that backwards. That's my fault. So uncut, unfiltered.
It happens.
So now, let me finish this Black Saddle, which is
golly.
fantastic. So cheers. What's in your glass?
I'm hanging on to that Black Saddle. Oh, and by the way, we did forget, Justin, you are wearing bourbon socks, aren't you?
Oh, yes, I am wearing bourbon socks, and they are matching. And I like the orange.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
So now we
On-
have to one of our favorites.
Yes.
I mean, if I find this, anytime I see it out there, I'm going to buy it.
There's no way I'm going to pass this up.
Yes. And that is 1792 12 year. It
Yes.
is just, to me, it's one of the it's one of the better 12 year stated ones out there.
One of the best, well balanced.
Yes.
Period. 12-year period bourbons. We recently did the One Sip Showdown. It edged out Weller 12,
Yes, it
which
did.
everybody's very familiar with. Now you're thinking to yourselves, it's not readily available. You put it on there under $100. Yes, it was $99
Yes, it was.
on the shelf in the market.
Yeah.
Not
And-
denying it.
And it was not given to us or anything. This was bought off
No,
the shelf.
Yeah, I found this in the market at $99, and I have no problems paying. If I can pay $150 for a Michter's 10, or whatever $100 for whatever random, why can't I pay $99
Right.
and be completely satisfied with the 1792 12 year? Am I saying it's worth it? Actually, I am. Yeah.
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 And you know what? It
Is
might
it
not,
an SRP? No.
right. And it might not be worth it to some people, but to us, it's one of our favorites.
Yes, it is. And so let's reverse just a second. Bowman around $55.
Okay.
So less than 100.
Yep.
So now we've covered that. So now we're at 99, around 55, 50, or actually it's about 60 to
60.
50 depending on the deal. This is anywhere from 50 to 100,
Yep.
right around 50 to 60, but mostly closer to 60. This is, if you're lucky,
100.
$100.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's why this made it in there, and I don't mind.
It
if
just barely made
I
it
have
in.
an empty one. You
Yep,
are a
I know,
little
I'm
bit-
good.
So
No.
I don't mind doing this.
Yeah. No, I don't blame you. You cannot go wrong with this. It is one of the better 12 age. We've already said that. It is just, if you have not had it, it's one of those again. If you don't want to pay the money for it, find it somewhere, get a pour of it.
Yes.
You
Find
will
it
not-
at a bar.
You will not be disappointed
Yes.
whatsoever.
And I don't know why. And obviously, I'm a big 1792 fan.
Yes.
You know that.
And I am too.
You are too.
Yep.
But this is on a different level.
It is.
And I'm not sure if 12 years and that mash does wonders for it or what. But I can tell you this. There are plenty of rumors, and you guys know this as well if you follow all these other things, plenty of rumors of the sourcing that comes out of Barton, which is where 1792 is, the 1792 Barton Distillery. And for whatever reason, for
Whatever reason.
whatever reason,
Nope. Uncut, unfiltered.
yeah. For whatever reason, those brands just so happen to be pretty good at their higher age statements too.
Yes. Just a little bit.
Just a
Yeah.
tad, yeah.
So then, all right, we've already had our first honorable mention. What are we thinking number 2 is?
Second honorable mention. There's no way we can go without Mr. Henry McKenna.
Yeah.
Because this is top 5 and not top 10, under $100, we had to break off. So Henry McKenna is around $69 in a lot of the places in our market.
Yeah.
It's a 10-year single barrel bottled and bond.
And see what it is, though.
How can you not have that in there? And
Right.
it's single barrel.
It's a single barrel, and that's what some single barrels. That's what they. This is what kind of was our deciding factor here. Some hit, some miss, and so that's why it just was right out the back because it does. It depends on the barrel.
It really does. And because it is that way, that's why we said can't put it in the top 5.
But you got to have it like just barely
Yeah.
out.
But John J. Bowman made it in as a single barrel because every single barrel so far has been
So
consistent.
far has been consistent.
But we've had a lot of Henry McKenna that was great and a lot of Henry McKenna that was okay.
Yep, and none of it's been bad. It's just okay. Some
Okay,
of it
yeah,
has
yeah.
been okay.
So moving on, we'll put green behind green.
Right. All right. So now we're going for a third honorable mention.
I'm gonna have to go.
We sticking with. We going BT.
Oh man, Eagle Rare. How can you not have a 10-year Eagle Rare
Yeah.
under $100 in your top 5 because these other ones just edged it out? This
was-
is a consistent bottle.
This is a consistent bottle, but this was also one of our hardest ones to not have in the top 5.
Correct, it was. We really debated on this only because there's other distilleries producing other things that we really like the different flavor, and there's so many similarities between 2 on the table already, aka the Bowman and the Taylor.
Yeah.
And so I'll put this one over here
Yep. I'll move my glass, get it out of the way.
because it's similar to that. So
Yeah.
it's really hard to say that a 10-year bourbon at that price point
Is not in your top 5.
is not in the top 5.
Yeah.
It's really tough.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm going to go back and say if a Henry McKenna single barrel is $69, if a Eagle Rare 10-year is $45, why is Michter's 10 $150?
Right.
So therefore, under 100, honorable mentions.
Yeah, and also let us know what you think about the honorable mentions. Would you have put them in the top 5?
Yeah, that's why we did this. That's why we added these just to see if anybody's going to comment and be like, you guys are crazy. Yeah. I would have easily switched that over.
How the heck did you do that? Yeah, the 1910,
Yeah,
so.
but 1910, yeah, I get it. I can't wait to please comment on that.
We want the comments on this video.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
So, last one.
Last one.
Last honorable mention, how can you not have Heaven Hill 7-year?
I know. And this
$50. $50.
And it's such a good.
And there's a lot of people that don't like this.
Oh, it's so good.
And that's a shame because you should learn that the standard Heaven Hill mash at Bottle and Bond, this is like the recreation. And there's a reason, if you do your homework, why I put it behind this bottle. Not only because there's room, but there's a reason. So if we're going to have a 7-year, if it's going to be 100 proof, Bottle and Bond, and it made up for the 6-year, I don't agree with that statement.
I know,
It's completely different. We've done that side by side too.
Yes, we have.
But this is a really good quality bourbon.
It is a great bourbon.
It's never let me down.
No.
It's readily available right now in our market.
Right.
And it stands at the high end, 59.
Right.
But standard price is 49. And
it's just a good drinker.
It is. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And nothing up here did we say was going to be the best bourbon you've ever had. But these are really good bourbons.
Yeah, and they're ones that I would not mind sharing with people that have not are just getting into bourbon or whatnot, because these are very good bourbons that are very drinkable, have great flavors and everything else, and they're under $100.
And they all have their own unique character.
Yes.
And it's not like we just went, oh, we're all going to go Brown Foreman, all going to go, Sazerac. Oh, we're all going to go this. This is all over the map. This is actually a really good, again, Black Saddle.
Yeah, and honestly, how many of you guys have heard of Black Saddle before?
Yes,
I'd be curious.
Yes. Yeah, if you guys have heard of Black Saddle, just go ahead and say, I've heard of Black Saddle. Yep. I've heard of Black Saddle. I've heard of Black Saddle.
Exactly, but I like what you said there. This is across the board, different flavors throughout.
It is.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, let us know what you think. Give us a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button.
Cheers. What's in your glass?